All right, hello everybody. We are back, a pair of sympathetics. I am Jim Wisniewski in Los Angeles. I am a certified health and life coach, and this is
Therese Westberg. I'm here in Chicago and I'm a licensed clinical professional counselor. And Jim, I always like to call you James just for fun, but
you can
really
call me
it's
James.
because
I was born
my
James.
brother.
Yeah, and this is my sister. And today we wanted to talk a little bit about freeze. You mentioned a couple weeks ago, fight, flight, freeze.
Right, that was
And
our first video, yeah.
yeah, and I'm very interested in the freeze because I feel like a lot of times what happens in my industry is people get stuck. They get stuck. They get frozen. They can't act. And how do you activate that or motivate out of that freeze is interesting to me.
Yeah,
Thoughts? You have any thoughts
it
on that?
is. So I've been in quarantine, so I am talking to you from my bathroom right
Yeah, you know what? That is
now.
a very good example of living in the moment. I think
Living
you
in the
are
moment,
living
bro.
in the moment. That's good. If we need a bathroom,
Yeah, I just thought I want to share a little bit about my experience as it relates to the freeze thing and how it totally relates to everything they were talking about when we're talking about mindfulness and getting in that parasympathetic.
right?
Um, so and it has to do with something you said that last week too, or we talked about is like it has to do with the story you tell yourself.
Right.
So once I realized, oh my gosh, I've got COVID, what do you think happened?
Oh, your story went nuts,
Flooded up with fear. I'm like, oh my
right?
God, I've got it. I've seen enough TV that now I'm like, whoa. And then, I've had my symptoms were pretty much flu-like symptoms.
Yeah.
But I did, on my lungs, I could feel them heavy and my breathing was getting really tight on me. I'm doing a lot better now. Now I just really feel exhausted because that's
Good.
another thing. I feel really tired. But so in the breathing part, this is what I really want to talk about when we talk about our story. So I've in my lifetime, I've had bronchitis, I've had pneumonia, I've had sinus infections, and honestly, all three of those, the symptoms I have now are similar to any or all of those.
Yeah.
So in the past, I've had experiences where I've had difficulty breathing. The difference is back then, my story would be different. Like my story would be, oh my gosh, I have a sinus infection. They're going into my lungs. My breathing's kind of tight. This is uncomfortable. Oh, I can't wait till I feel better. I'm just exhausted. And that
Mm-hmm.
would be the end of it. This time, having the same feelings, the same symptoms, what happens when I start feeling the tight breathing is this story. Oh my God, I've got COVID. Oh my gosh, I've seen what happens to that. Now, am I not gonna be able to breathe? Am I gonna need a ventilator? Are they gonna have one for me? How do
Right.
I get to the hospital? What am I gonna do? And I get completely flooded with panic, which makes my breathing more difficult because I am telling myself I'm gonna die.
Right. So what I feel like is happening, and it's probably happening all over the place, is because we don't know, and because there could be coincidental seasonal allergies happening, or maybe you ate something badly and your stomach doesn't feel right today, or but it's so easy to go to this like, is this it? Let's see, what did I do? What did I do in the last couple of days? Was I out at a park? Did I walk around? Did somebody, a jogger, sneeze on me, or cough on me, or breathe on me, or whatever?
Right.
And you do get yourself stuck in story. So okay, so we're in that story, and
Mhm.
we may have it, we may not have it. Most of us probably don't have it. I mean, look, if you look at the numbers, the majority of people don't have it, right? I mean, there's so many people in the world. The numbers are very high. Well, the numbers are very high,
I'm
and
gonna maybe disagree on that point simply because I know now that this has happened to me, I know how hard it was. I tried 5 different times to get tested, and
right,
I
right,
kept
and I
taking
agree
a
with
test,
you.
and I also had.
So way more people have it than we know have it. But if you just look at the
Mhm.
amount of people on the planet, my point is more people don't have it than do. That's really the point I'm making. The
Right.
numbers are way higher than we think they are.
Right.
but more
And I don't
people,
know for sure I have it. We're assuming
right,
that, and it's
right.
frustrating. Yeah. I don't know.
So we get stuck in this story, and then we're kind of like, well, the likelihood of me having it is probably low because did I do everything right? I social distanced. I tried to get some rest. Whatever, all the things that you're supposed to do. I wore gloves. I wore a mask if I had to go out. Um, but but I like what you're saying about the story and about the freeze. And how does that? What do we do with that freeze? What do we do with that? Like,
So yeah, so we're talking about that whole freeze thing. So in this situation, I guess I'm just gonna share with you what I've done. So I'm not gonna lie. I tell all my clients, these are the skills. I hope you get better at it faster than I do. Okay,
right,
'cause I'm a work in progress, just like you or anybody else. So
yeah,
I did get caught up and I've had a couple little panic attacks in that freeze zone. So I had to remind myself, and I kept reminding myself, and then it has gotten easier for me that, okay, Therese, you are breathing, you are able to breathe,
hmm,
get present, stop going into the future mind, because the future is where all that fear is coming from, is the what ifs, the what ifs. You're fine in this moment, and you're always fine in the moment. And I had to do the mindfulness thing and get myself into that front brain and just tell myself, you know what? All you gotta do is lay down and relax, girl. You're fine. You are breathing. It's just uncomfortable. You've had
yeah,
this many times before. And I just change my mind and tell myself I have a sinus infection.
yeah.
And that's when I change my story in a mindful way. And it's a story that works for me in a better way. All my everything calms down. And I'm
It
like,
moves
well,
you
I'm
into
fine.
that front place. It moves you into that parasympath it's parasympathetic
Parasympathetic.
ways. I know it's a fun word to say,
Word.
but that parasympathetic way of thinking, or from that place, your frontal lobe of kind of going,
Right.
calm it all down, slow it all down. There's no immediate danger, and I do think, and I agree with you, if there's something about the future, worrying about what happens next, or what happened before, that completely alters the story of now. We talked about this last week, and I talk about it all the time. It's something I can't get away from. It really is, how am I right now? Am I breathing
Right.
right now? Do I have a roof over my head right now? Is my family safe right now? I think so. Let's deal with it right now. But the
Right.
point being is, like, if we can sit in this place that goes, I'm in this right now, I won't be in this forever. Sometimes I'll do a thing like with my clients, and you could try this at home, is to kind of actually do live in the future for a moment. Go to the future and then look back on the present and tell me the story you're going to tell about the present in the future. You'll probably look back at it from a place of health and safety and go, oh my God, I was panicked.
Right.
I was panicked about it. And guess what? I'm fine. I'm a year down the line, and that thing that I thought was so important, so everything, so this is the end of the world. Um, I'm a year later, and I'm in a totally different place.
I did think about that. Like, I'm going to be immune, and I hope I'm going to be immune. And now, great, they'll be immune too.
Right.
And then I thought, how great is that? Then I can go and help other people. And then I thought, maybe I'm going to be, when you're one of the first ones to go, I mean, there's a lot of people are going to need help before they come in.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm
You're
kidding.
you're
That
you're
would
gonna,
be,
you're tagged. You're it. You have to save.
yeah, I'm
You have
it.
to save the
Yeah.
planet.
It's
Which,
just
if I had
funny.
anybody in the world that I wanted to save the planet, or at least save my portion of the planet, it would be you for sure.
Oh, man. I'm
Yeah.
all over it, bro. I got
Really?
your back.
Good. I know you
Yeah.
do. I know you do. You always
I
have.
got mine too. So.
But yeah, I mean,
But also the good news is the planet is getting better. You've heard that, right? And so there's a
yeah,
positive coming out of this. We're all slowing down.
yeah. We're all learning that we can live on less.
What?
No.
What was that?
Well, we're all learning that we can, like, eat.
Oh, we can live on less.
Yes, we
Yeah, yeah.
can eat food from our refrigerators, and we can. I mean, I am consuming a little extra TV. I'm not gonna lie to you, but which may not be a thing. Listen, you do what you can do. There's moments in our day where we go, okay, everything's done. The kids fed, homeschooled, in bed. We're done. Let's watch a show. And then we have our show that we watch, which I'm not going to reveal right now. All right, sis. Thank you for being in this space with me today, especially
brother. It's great
the way you're feeling.
Doing good.
Appreciate
No worries.
that. All right.
I love you. Bye.
Love you too. Ciao.
Bye.